So then that of course brings me to, which I feel like I found a lot, working with new moms, is in terms of nutrition for nursing and breastfeeding. And of course, some women can't breastfeed or choose not to breastfeed, but for the women that nurse, like, are there specific foods and, supplements that they could be taking to really enrich that breast milk or to help with flow or anything like that? What do you recommend?
Yeah, let's see where to begin. That's a big question.
I know.
So first of all, most nutrients, your body will prioritize baby. And so that means you're pretty much guaranteed for most nutrients, not all, that baby's going to get what they need. But sometimes if mom is deplete in some of those nutrients, then you, the mom, can be, run low. So you have to, what a lot of women don't realize is that your nutrition needs are higher when breastfeeding than during pregnancy, by quite a significant amount. So some of the most nutrient dense foods that we're like, if you can, prepare any foods, here's what to focus on. One is salmon. Mm-hmm. We love salmon because it's a good source of protein. It's got the really healthy fats, so these DHA omega-3 fats that are helpful for baby brain development. They are transferred, the omega-3s are transferred in the breast milk, but also for mama's recovery because they're anti-inflammatory. So this is all in salmon, right? That salmon's actually also a great source of calcium, which moms do lose some bone density while breastfeeding, and so keeping up the calcium from good food sources is really important, and vitamin D. So vitamin D, we hear all about it for all kinds of things, from preventing diabetes and depression, but also bone development, right? So salmon has one of the best food sources of vitamin D. I could go on and on, but I'll stop with salmon for there. But then a few other foods I like to highlight are eggs, and particularly the whole egg, like including the yolk. So the yolk itself is where you get most of the micronutrients. The egg white is a lot of protein, but the egg yolk has things like choline that baby needs for baby brain development. And again, it's a source of vitamin D. It has some great antioxidants in it that support mama's health. And if I can keep going, just one more that I like to put a plug for is oats, because they're so simple and they're so filling, so satisfying. It's one of those things that, women have thrown around for who knows how long, how many generations as a galactagogue. A galactagogue is a food or herb that supposedly increases your milk supply. The research isn't there behind the oats, but the women's wisdom is. So we love, in a lot of our nutrition programs online, we always recommend doing overnight oats. So you take oats and you soak them overnight in some yogurt, and then you can add nuts, berries, whatever you want. And then you have like a really convenient, quick, easy breakfast ready to go.
Oh, that's so great. Such a great tip. Yeah. So do you guys have some of those recipes online, right?
Yeah.
For oats. Yeah. And all right.
Absolutely. Another thing that we recommend postpartum for pretty much every mom is collagen protein, as long as she is okay with eating animal products, because it's so good for elasticity of your skin. So that healing process after having baby, whether or not you delivered vaginally or via C-section, it's going to help your body heal. So that's always something that we could say throw into smoothies.
Oh, so not like a bone broth, but like a powdered collagen?
Or bone broth. And in our postpartum nutrition program, we have a bone broth recipe, I believe. Good. So like how to make it at home in like big quantities. And that's a really good one to make ahead of time and freeze, so that you can like put mason jars out in the fridge and have some every day. But if it's easier to do a smoothie, or you like smoothies more than bone broth, then you could do the powder format too. And both of those things are great because they're one-handed. So you have baby in one hand, bone broth or smoothie in the other.
That's the key when preparing during your third trimester for postpartum, is like, think one-handed. Like if you're a first-time mom, you probably haven't thought about that.
Yeah, that's so true. Gosh, all this information is so great. I love it, because it seems like it changes a lot too, right? Like even just from a few years ago, if someone had their first baby maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and now they're having their second baby, like with probiotics, it really helps to have a guide or work with somebody who's on top of all the current research and what's going on out there in terms of the best foods and supplements to take and not to take.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more that we learn, the more we know that nutrition during these maternal life stages is just so important and really does impact both mom and baby's long-term health, and also mental health for mom as well, which is now a big focus in the postpartum period. And we're shedding a lot of light on that, and the way that mom eats can really impact that.